Once you grasp this truth that I'm about to tell you, it'll set you free from religion. It'll set you free from parents and moms and family and governments and police, everybody. It'll set you free. And it's simply this. You are divine. God has exploded in a Crab Nebulae explosion, and he has come and manifested himself as billions of people. And you're one of you, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I Am. I am God. It doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. When you say I am God, you have to say, what is God's name? I am. What? I am God. Oh my God, then all the people, Christians run around, oh, I told you they think they're God. I don't think anything on the side. No, Jesus Christ said, the scripture says you are God, and the scripture cannot be broken. So he said it.
Yeah, like I'm not third album.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be continuing my Neptune through the sign series with Neptune and Leo. And so Leo lives in the 5th house. It's ruled by the sun. This can be recreation, self-expression, center of attention, children, having children, the act of having children, so sex. These are your sexual affairs. Joy, gambling, risks, romance, fun, play. Going out, clubbing, restaurants, stadiums, concerts. I'm trying to think of what else this can be. Sports, self-expression. I feel like I said that. Yep. Broadway, theater. So acting. Gambling, your bucket list. I said gambling, risks. Yeah, I think I covered everything. And then Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. It lives in the 12th house. This is your sleep dreams, signs, symbols, synchronicities, your subconscious mind, other dimensions, spiritual practices, spirituality, faith, going on retreats, vacations. That's what I was trying to say for Leo. It's your bucket list. So it could also be considered going on vacation. Not everybody's going to be into having a bucket list, but doing things that you've always kind of wanted to do type of energy. And I feel like it's important to emphasize that with Neptune energy, because Neptune is like Jupiter is travel, and like Gemini is short distance travel. But from the Neptune perspective, from the Pisces perspective, travel is like going on boat cruises or boat themes. And Leo definitely adds spice to that, right? So these are like partying on water, around water, near water, and sunny places, indigenous places. This could even be considered like, because it's a fire sign, cultural stuff and celebrations and things of that nature. Bonfires, stuff like that. It gets real cultural here because Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces, and so I'm trying to force myself to think outside the box. But these are definitely the people who will do a bonfire on the beach with some liquor, getting a little rowdy. This is definitely some, this is giving me like spring break on the beach. What are those girls gone wild? This is what I'm trying to I'm trying to get my juices flowing here. My creative juices going. This is definitely girls gone wild. Freaknik. Um, it's like a celebration because opposite of Leo is Aquarius. So this is like groups, events, and things that you do with large groups of people, right? And so this could be stuff like that. Um, things that you always wanted to try and do, that one time shot. Um, or this is somebody who might like travel to go get some tattoos, or make it like an event, uh, or um I'm trying to think of like really fun, cool stuff to do, like going somewhere to do like a four-wheeler. It could genuinely just be like an amusement park. That's another thing I forgot to name for Leo. Leo's definitely an amusement park. This is somebody who's going to Six Flags. Like, let's go. Or who wants to ride the tallest ride, or do the gondola, or gondola might even kind of be low-key kind of boring for a Neptune Leo. They might want to do something a little bit more extravagant, like skydiving, but maybe in Jamaica, or um Dominican Republic, or you know what I mean? Like it has that kind of feel to it here. It's like that one thing that I have to do that. Um, and then obviously gambling of all kinds, but again, because it is um water, Neptune's a water sign. This could be gambling for water sports. It doesn't necessarily have to be water related either, but this is taking a risk maybe to do some surfing or something like that, or skiing. Um, um, yeah, it could just simply be water sports. Um, yeah. So anyway, I feel like I can go on and on and on, but I hope that random splurge of ideas gives you some kind of idea of how other ways this can play out. So yeah, so Neptune is sleep, dream, sign, symbol, synchronicities, daydreaming, um, subconscious mind, lack of clarity, feeling lost, grief, addictions, illusions, delusions, um, um, faith, um, yeah, I feel like my brain is over it already, so I'm just gonna like let that go because I feel like I could be on here another hour just trying to conjure up ideas. But these people are very, 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 very creative. Um, kind of like their words and expressions or self-expressions can bring their creative ideas to life. They're very vivid imaginations. These people are phenomenal storytellers, and their creative talents brings them joy, literally. This kind of reminds me of I went to school for, now I don't have this placement at all, by the way. I just want to state that. But as I was writing about it, and I'm like, like how I'm always thinking about how I can talk about this to make it make sense. And it reminded me of when I went to college for drama or the arts, using theater, drama and acting as a therapeutic process, right? And it's a very cathartic experience. Like if you've never been to a theater show, I don't even remember what they call them, but there is a specific name for them. And if anybody's really, really interested and you're in the Boston area, you can give me a shout. I'll send you out some information. It's something you definitely want to experience. But they do these little shows um, every so often, and they'll have themes, names to the shows where, say, for example, it's I don't know, um, I lost my job. I don't know. I didn't know really what to say. It could be any kind of theme, but the theme would be I lost my job, right? And so people will go for this show if they lost their job and they're just looking for some upliftment or healing, right? And these people, what they do is they'll set a stage that with all their little props and stuff, like they have the whole like it's an actual theater show that they're putting on. And they'll have the audience of people. The topic is I lost my job, and they'll just call on people. They'll explain how everything works, and then they'll just call on people to share their story. Like, um, who wants to go first? So I'm going first. I'm gonna share. I lost my job. It has I've been there for 20 years. I really love what I do. I am a engineer. Um, and there was just job cuts, you know. I got laid off. It was very unexpected. I didn't see it coming, and I really didn't have a backup plan for it. And now I'm struggling with ba, 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 ba. I have all this experience. I can look for other jobs. I've been really trying. I've been putting myself out there, but haven't been successful yet. It's been a little over 7 months, and my family's kind of struggling from it, and I really don't I really don't know what to do. I'm in between a rock and a hard place, right? And then they will take everything that he said, they'll start gathering all the props that they're going to do to show and reflect him back to the story that he just shared with everybody. Fucking phenomenal experience. Like, it might sound really fucking corny, but when I tell you it is healing to feel heard and then to see that all in one encompassing experience, like fucking mind blown, right? If this is not a fucking Neptune and Leo experience, I don't know what is. Like, um, taking that class legit changed my life. I've had like quite a few of those experiences, and I've shared them over time. If you've been following me, you've heard me talk about this before, but that taking up the arts through using theater as a therapeutic process was freaking amazing. And so yeah, I see this as people who would do something like that, who would be in a field like this. Um, these people, unfortunately, also can be people who start a creative project and then quit because Neptune can be a lack of faith and not really truly believing in themselves. It can also be for reasons of sacrifice, because you have children and you can't do it anymore, or you have to work and get a real job. Whereas this job might not be paying you that much, and it really is like causing you some kind of financial burden, and you have to sacrifice working a full-time job over doing what you actually love. This could be very many reasons why people would be considered to quit something, but that is just the energy of Neptune. These people also can fall in love really fast before you get to know people, and then you get disappointed about it and get let down when people's true feelings are revealed. So a lesson that you learn over time is to ask more questions, take your time, don't rush in, and give people an opportunity to say who they are and then show you who they are before you just believe them at face value. Um, what else? These people can be great poets. These are people who can bring poetry alive, or be great songwriters. Or if they're telling you a dream, their dream is going to be like you're going to feel like you was there in that dream, watching everything that goes on as they're speaking through it, because they are so good at explaining. Their self-expression is really just very theatrical. Um, you might sacrifice your creativity to please others. Some people, you might be around people who don't genuinely appreciate what you do. Or again, I think I use this example in this throughout this entire thing, is that maybe you have a family that has like a strong Catholic background and they're opposed to, your creative things. Or they can just have very high ideals, right? They can just have very high ideals about what they want for you, like being a lawyer or doctor or something that's more practical, whereas you have a love for creativity and art, and they might not see that as something that's practical enough, right? And so you would sacrifice the love you have for creativity to please your parents or others or relationships or what have you. It's really going to depend on, where your placement, your Leo, and that what house it's in and what other things are aspecting it, but that can definitely be a theme. Um, and again, these people are extremely, extremely romantic. Romance has no boundaries. Neptune has no boundaries. And so this can obviously be like some of the best honeymoon phases in a relationship one person can dream up of. You know what I'm talking about when the relationship first starts. It's great. It's amazing. It's awesome. Everything is perfect. But again, it can also lead to disappointment when, this person can't continuously live up to that standard. It's actually quite literally not realistic. And so, again, these people might have to learn how to be more realistic around their romantic needs and expectations. Um, this can be lots of secret affairs or sexual affairs or short-term romances. You can attract a lot of addicts or drunks, alcoholics, or like dreamy, spacey kind of people. Or you can be these things, right? People who have like a really big inner child with vivid imaginations. And they can be very uplifting and inspiring, especially to children. Children can be a big part of these people's lives, people with the Neptune and Leo. Um, mhm. You might put your child on a pedestal, whether they're right or wrong. Just saying. It could be a thing, right? There can be some kind of mystery around your child, or how your child was conceived. Um, um, or your child can be very gifted, psychic, intuitive, or talented in some way. Um, you could work with troubled children, children with disabilities, or just being of service to children. I don't know why I think of like coaches or school coaches because it does rule sports, or just like the city um um sports. It doesn't have to be through school. Like I don't even remember what the hell they called it where I was coming up, but I think it was like Westland something, Eastland something. I think those were like the names of the teams. Like they had different divisions and stuff like that. My son plays sports too. This can definitely be stuff like AAU teams, teams that are not necessarily connected to school in any kind of way. They're just like sports teams that they have in the city for kids to play. This could definitely be something like that because Leo is also like self-employed. And so these could be people who have their own brand or, brands outside of something else that doesn't belong to education or anything like that. Um, yeah, I feel like I said that right. I'm sure you guys know what the heck I'm talking about. But Leo does rule sports. Um, and yeah, things like that. Mhm. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Be careful with gambling and drinking and taking risks. Um, with this placement, it can lead to being scammed, um, or all the kind of dealings that goes on with gambling. You could owe people. Risk could lead to injuries and death, and this kind of reminds me of people who like play sports for fun. Again, it doesn't have to necessarily be somebody famous, and they get some kind of sports injury, and they end up, um, having to take pills to heal their injury or to get through the pain of their injury, and then they get addicted to drugs, right? Because Neptune is, medication, pills, drugs, um, you know, and so be mindful of the type of risks and things that you take when it comes to that. Because it could lead to that, all the movies you see around people gambling and owing somebody, that whole storyline can be a part of um this placement. And so just be mindful, be careful. Um, I'm sorry, was that up the whole time? Don't judge me. Anyways, this is my interpretation of Neptune and Leo. I hope you found this information helpful. I love and appreciate you. Peace.